was murdered inside the San Fernando Municipal Police Station. In addition to the loss of life, the commissioner disclosed that a substantial quantity of weapons and ammunition was stolen from the facility.
Weapons and ammunition has also been reported missing from that facility. The matter is under active investigation and all necessary resources have been deployed to ensure a thorough inquiry and the recovery of those weapons.
Investigations are currently underway to identify the exact amount of hardware taken during the incident. Meanwhile, Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander extended condolences to the family and colleagues of the officer while expressing confidence in the TTPS's ability to handle the case. He noted, however, that dismantling long-standing criminal trends is a gradual process.
Things have been going out of control for a number of years. And you all expect us just to arrive and fix it immediately. It don't work like that. Criminality is something that has grown from strength to strength. So we must now intercept it, treat with it, dismantle it, and then you'll see the benefit of it. It's not a now process, it's an ongoing process.
While the scale of the theft is being assessed, the commissioner assured the public that there is currently no information to suggest a targeted attack against law enforcement by any outside party. As the probe widens, investigators are not ruling anything out. Commissioner Guevara admitted that if the murder and theft proved to be an inside job, the betrayal would be profound. And Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has stated that the incident which occurred earlier on Sunday at the San Fernando City Corporation Municipal Police Station was not the result of an external attack on the nation's security services. In a statement, the Prime Minister said the matter appears to be an internal breach involving the Trinidad and Tobago Municipal Police Service, which is separate from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. She confirmed that TTPS officers were not involved. Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar said the Ministry of Homeland Security and the TTPS will support the TTMPS, the San Fernando City Corporation, the Mayor of San Fernando in the ongoing investigation and efforts to recover stolen items. On a separate matter, the Prime Minister said bodies discovered at the Camuto Cemetery were unclaimed remains that had been improperly disposed of and not homicide victims. She added that there is no need for a curfew and encouraged citizens to continue their normal activities, while commending Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara and officers for their swift response. In sport, round 2 of the West Indies Championship got underway on Sunday with the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force facing the Leeward Islands Hurricanes at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. Coming off a victory in their opening match, the Red Force won the toss and chose the field, making early breakthroughs as the Leeward Islands slipped to 66 for 7 by the 22nd over. Karima Gore and Jeremiah Lewis offered some resistance, hitting 57 and 19 respectively, as the Leewards closed on 131 all out. Anderson Phillip was the main destroyer with 6 wickets at the cost of 38 runs. Jaden Steele supported well with 3 for 33. In reply, Trinidad and Tobago failed to fully take advantage of the favorable position and closed the day on 85 for 6, still 46 runs behind as Kelvin Pittman ripped through the top order to end the day with figures of 4 for 20. Hope for a first innings lead Red Force rest with captain Joshua Da Silva, who is not out on 18, along with Anderson Phillip on 2. And that's what's making the news this morning. But joining us right now is the host of Trinidad and Tobago Today, Vermala Balkaran. Good morning, Vermala. Happy Monday.
Good morning, Carrie. Happy Monday to you. How are you and how was your weekend?
My weekend was, I don't know, it was for the most part chill. I had some work to do. I had some. I made a run to Maracas in the night to just grab some alupai and shark, which is not my favorite.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM. Tune in to the Holy Trinity Cathedral program on Talk City 91.1 FM every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Mark your calendar. It's a great way to stay connected with the spiritual reflections, uplifting messages, and community updates right here with us on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I'll get right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union, your future is safe with us.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
From the road to the radio. Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
I would think that they've been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check, it's 11 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
And if our God is for us, then who could
Bang, bang, bang.
And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Then what can stand against?
Let me say a pleasant good morning to those of you that are locked on to us on our various several social media platforms. Good morning to you, social media. All of you all over the world, a pleasant good morning to you. Whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you are, lock on to us. Good morning to you, social media.
Bang, bang, bang.
Tobago, good morning to you, Tobago.
For God is greater, for God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. For God is healer, awesome in power. Our God, our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
A pleasant good morning to all in St. United States. A pleasant good morning to you.
Pleasant good morning to you, Andy. Pleasant good morning, Trinidad, Tobago, and the wider world. Pleasant good morning, Lennox.
Nice. Lennox Smith. Before we go into those headliners here. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Remember we see on the Ground Report. It's just a matter of time. Whether it's police, whether it's bandit, whether it's what. It's just a matter of time. Police will be killed. If we don't get this thing under under a very serious situation, we need to get this crime under control. And remember the one I tell earlier, politicians will be killed or shoot at or dressed now. Remember that. Aldermen, councillors, MPs, ministers. The more and more emboldened these shooters get. Dana Sita Hall, was she untouchable? Danny Guerrero, was he untouchable? That former minister who died was from Laventille. PNM used to work like a tail, PNM used to walk him like a dog. They say he was one of the nicest men in the PNM. And he and all get murdered. Lennox Smith, what is that brother name that was in the PNM that was murdered too? Laventille man. I forget his name, Selvin Wilson, I think. What is his name? Richardson?
Oh, Richardson, but he was not Laventille. I wasn't
Not
familiarized by That's why I was hesitant. But whether that is so or not, he was a politician, which is, of course, one of the categories of individuals that you have mentioned.
Yeah, but he was murdered, right?
Yes, he was in front of his gate.
Right, let us know. You is our old man.
Yeah.
Well, not as a senior citizen.
In front of his gate, but the age is, for me, just a number. But once you could perform, that is the important thing. So he was killed in front of his gate, opening his gate. I assume it's an electronic gate to enter, and then, of course, right there, after he would have demitted, after the NAI would have demitted office. So we have had that. But we know, too, that there were politicians that were killed or maimed, even in the precincts of the parliament. Remember that unfortunate 1990 attempted coup, where, of course, Devines was killed. And of course, the sitting prime minister was shot. We are not being alarmists or in any way wishing that such an occurrence would occur, but we are pragmatists, and therefore, if one is a pragmatist, then of course all of the options must also all of the options that are possible certainly must be given in an attempt, of course, to caution, to warn, to preempt such a possibility, because there are preemptive actions that can be taken to allay, to avert, and to avoid such an occurrence. And the present circumstance of the persons who are most likely to perpetrate these heinous acts do exist, and one has to acknowledge that as well. The fact is that here it is with a huge stash of arms and ammunition was taken in whilst, of course, the killing of that police constable, albeit she's attached to the municipal police system, and of course stationed at San Fernando's corporation. But the fact is that those arms and ammunition are out there. Somebody estimates over 600,000 worth in these items. So that is quite a lot, quite apart from the actual numbers. The police is yet to get a handle as to the actual figure, but if one, far less for dozens, out there in the hands of persons who are prepared to, clearly, because they would have taken it, so therefore they are prepared to use it one way or another, whether it be for resale, whether it be for actual use, whether it be for engaging in some kind of nefarious criminalistic behavior. And therefore it must be, as I said, I don't want to sound alarmist. And our job, of course, is to appease and to make certain that people take the necessary precautions so they could avoid danger. After all, one of the major things that living things exist for is to, of course, avoid danger, quite apart from, of course, looking for things to eat, so to speak. So that is where we are. So out of an abundance of caution, we have to be as pragmatic as possible, as realistic as possible, and avoid, of course, these dangers, because those are omens, those are I wouldn't say predestined, but certainly those are things that we must look at as we, of course, attempt to appease, generate the peace, security, and prosperity that all of us desire in our respective lives and for Trinidad and Tobago in general. Yeah.
Wow. Well, boy. What else we have in the papers besides that young woman losing her life? Let me see here.
For shootings in the Mova Laventil area there, and I think several persons would have lost their lives in that process. A drive-by.
Boy, just killing. They just bring more and more brief, and it will never stop until they started detect. They need a proper detection rate. Catch them. Whereas they'll just get more and more emboldened, more and more emboldened. I
You
really
see,
sorry.
and I've said, and you would have seen, of course, quite a lot of should I say, postings from myself over the weekend to give an indication that not only is there an imperative to involve those persons who have been given yeoman service on sound and who have developed institutions and or processes or mechanisms to address the problem from within the communities where most likely these elements that would perpetrate such heinous acts on the population, put them in fear, panic, etc., exist. And therefore your focus must now be to point them out, one, and to engage them. I've always said that policing alone cannot solve the problem. It is too multifaceted, multidimensional, and that there are persons who are given at the risk of their own lives and limb, because I know of some who have lost their lives and lost limbs in an attempt to ameliorate and to improve and to reduce. And I've always said, imagine if these people did not exist, how worse the situation could have been. I'm talking here specifically about people like Archbishop Barbara Gray Burke. I'm talking about Lystra Penny, who of course have given up, and of course Horace Raymond, who actually lost his life in the Picton area, believing that somehow, because of his popularity and his effort to serve that community, that he will be immune when fellas tell you, don't come across here because you're from Picton, but I going across in Beverly Hills. And he was, of course, gunned down. And I know of several other persons that happened too. So therefore, I think the time has come for the authorities to understand that there are people from within these communities that are engaged and who most likely will not find themselves at the other side of a gun, meaning that of a bullet, or dying in other words, because there is still some residual respect for them. And but these people require resources, and for them to impact mammothly, because it's a major problem. It is multifaceted, multidimensional, the problem that is, and therefore there must be a concomitant or a corresponding response, and it cannot be that you're leaving them out there to, of course, operate with their nails and their feet and limited resources, and expect them to have the impact that is required to bring the peace that is required. I've always said that there is a concept. There is something called psychological and social capital. What does that mean? I'm concluding here. It means the price the society must pay to keep the peace, security, and economic advancement, and ultimately improvement to the wealth and prosperity of the nation. There is a cost that must be exacted, and I have unfortunately have not seen any administration engaging in that kind of investment so far. But then, with the present administration, one can safely say it is early days, having regard, of course, to the avalanche of problems that they have inherited. Yeah.
Politicians not going to do that. They're not going to spend no money on crime prevention.
They do it at their own detriment.
Well, it's simple. That's just how it is. But besides that, elite stories. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago insists no need for curfew despite police corporal killing. We also see here PNM denies responsibility for Marine Park bill delay. Yes, the PNM, the People's National Movement, is denying culpability over the 5-year stagnation of the Boko Reef Marine Park bill. During the debate in Parliament on Friday, the Prime Minister Kamala Persad criticized the former government for not bringing the bill to the House of Representatives. You heard that, partner?
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, comparatively speaking, I will take what the Prime Minister says, because the opposition, and even when in government, have lost all credibility in terms of being able to speak the truth and to engage in what I consider to be developmental.
Something like a drum in it, in and out.
And developmental and far-reaching impact policies, programs and measures that will redound to the benefit of the country. So therefore, I think it is superfluous, it is superficial, it is hot air blowing to, of course, deny without, of course, culpability. And it is easy to do in opposition, as we are seeing this opposition doing. But when you drill down, when you analyze and you reach them and you ask them, what are you proposing to do? You see they have no answers or no response, but can of course criticize, especially if things appear to be wrong.
That's just how it is. Oh boy. Well, the PNM is the Prime Minister said no need for curfew. Do you believe it have a need for curfew? Give me a short and sweet.
No, I don't think there is a need for, while of course the situation is dastard, all of that ammunition in the hands of someone or somebody's, I think the present situation does not merit a curfew, because I think the present circumstances, as far as the as far as the SOE is concerned, I think provides adequate cover or adequate force for the law enforcement to engage once they get a lead and to recover those items that are in the hands of somebody or in the public domain.
Nice. 2 more minutes before we go for that needed break. I'm trying to make the lines will be open. Let's hear who's the first 3 voice notes. How was your weekend? What's on your front burner this morning? And for those of you again, who's the first 3 calls? I want to hear the first 3 calls. And in international, the lead story international. Straight open, straight close. Straight open, the straight close. But let's say the US Iran talks resume in Pakistan. Straight crisis. President Donald Trump said United States negotiations will travel to Pakistan today, which is today. But obviously the Vice President Vince, well, let's continue. We will travel to Pakistan today for another round of talks with Iran. Rising hopes of extending a fragile ceasefire set to expire soon. Iran has not confirmed the talks. I hear they want to talk, But the chief negotiator, Mohammed, said diplomacy will continue despite major differences. He said, Vice President, oh boy, come back here quick. Right. He said, U.S. Vice President Mr. DJ Vance will lead the U.S. delegation. Tensions remain high over the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran has restricted passages through the strait. Oh my God.
Well, when you're dealing with people who, of course, believe that after they would have died, they have 7 virgins that they will get, you'll understand that them really in care anything about anybody else or anything else except for their own survival. But of course, we could talk a little more about that in the next moments post the break. So we go for the break. When we come back, more on this edition of the Ground Report.
But Johnny, how come your house is twice the size of mine, but my bill is twice the cost of yours? Johnny, what going on, boy? How your bill so low? How your bill so low? I conserving energy, I switch your LED, at the stun of the AC, and I saving real money. It's our responsibility for a brighter TNT. Cut the waste and you would see. Why everybody asking me? They asking how you been so low? How you been so low? TN Tech, powering the nation into the next generation.
The plays that shake the arenas. The stories that move a nation.
I'm waiting for a super over. I've got to go quick. I've got to go quick.
From football to cricket, track to tennis, every win, every rivalry, every headline. This is where Trinidad and Tobago come for sports.
TTT Sports with Nasira Mohammed, daily at 7 p.m.
Hey Trisha, I ain't seen you in a while. How business going?
Boy, business real slow these days, you know, and advertising expensive.
You for real? You ain't hear about SBP?
What is that?
Small Business Package. You can advertise your business on radio. They cater for your budget.
You serious?
Yes, girl. Them fellas are Next 99.1, Sweet 100.1, and Talk City 91.1. Real bigging up your thing.
What? No way. Tell me where, when, and how.
Call 622-4141. That number is 622-4141. And for more information, you can email ttttsales@ttt.co.tt.
I heading down Marfal Road now. That songing too good to be true.
From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues and the stories that matter most to you, this is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Bang, 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 bang. The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Andy, good morning. Andy and Lennox. The director. Andy, the dunsiest guy the PNM has ever seen or known is Manning. That Manning guy. That man is dunsiest PNM. He watching and telling that attorney at law that, people could make mistakes and all kind of crap. I mean, the PNM, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, the PNM supporters have been making mistakes for over 50 years. And still making a mistake by putting those duncy head people in politics. I mean, Manning, for your father must be ashamed knowing that you used his father and you had Manning's son. You're so duncy and foolish. Go on television, people can make mistakes. Running the country down to the dogs and taking all the money, making a mistake. Like not a mistake, willfully. You guys do that, the PNM. And Andy boy, about this police, that's the inside job. Police shooting and the guns missing. I think Kamala need to get off a tone and Alexander need to get up and start doing something seriously, okay? Start holding them police accountable, firing them, get rid of them. Maybe have a fire squad and let people see what's happening. This is getting ridiculous, man. Oh God, oh God. I don't know what to say, boy. I really don't know. I thought they had smart PNM supporters and politicians, but none of that. They're all dancing. They dance.
They have to grab that crime by the butt. They need to real bad, Again, it's a state of emergency and this crime situation right now. Everybody blaming the UNC, not knowing a tree don't plant today and grow and bear fruits today. That is a lack of a former PNM government hands-off approach or none approach towards the serious criminal crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago. They try to come with this so bill. They try all kind of things. So again, everybody will wheel and they will wheel very serious on this.
Good morning, people, and all the listeners. Pleasant morning and a productive week to you all. Andy, this brazen attack on this police post, which I knew very well, and is on the King's Wharf, the wharf, really, it's Southeast City Wharf. It was a prehistoric building that they took over, and it was well, secured and so on, I think. And it's in a busy area. That is the entrance to the hospital, Fernando Hospital. And for someone to do that attack there, it had to be well planned and had inside information. I don't know what to make of it, but it's scary. It's very, very scary that all these ammunition and guns are in the hands of bandits or future as this or treasonous.
Rogue police officers.
It's alarming. Our government need to get to the bottom of this. Okay.
Morning, Lennox. Morning, Andy. Morning, Snipe. Andy, here I say, right? This crime thing in Trinidad and Tobago, everybody had to put a difference aside. I think they should bring Guy Griffith on board. Even if they don't want to make him commissioner, people that neighbors and people that argue and cuss each other and want to war each other and just stand back and just come together now. And for the sake of the country, I feel they should bring Gary Griffith on board because the man has some good, what to say about the man has some good, not skills, but I can't find the word. But the man knows certain things, the man knows to do certain things. But the fight against him and to get him out, he was the one who was to do polygraph tests on them officers. I find they should put differences and bring the man on board, boys. Sit down, and if they really want to fight crime in this country, they should come together. But as my son tell me, he said no, I crime wouldn't stop because government do all the crime to stop. And it's a serious thing. But that's my 2 cents I trained it. That's my front burner. Have a blessed morning.
See what I'm saying? Whether or not, yes, the UNC government will get blamed. You all in charge now. You all have to get a grip on it. Yes, it was harnessed by the PNM, molded, wet, seed, plant, and it grew into even more monster under the 10 years. But at the end of the day, the UNC in charge now. It is a state of emergency and the crime situation sucks.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Who next? Who next to die in Trinidad and Tobago? Because the criminal elements, the shooters, the killers are so emboldened in this country that they know they can kill anybody, anyone, anytime. And you know what? They know they'll be walking free.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Kendrick here. Morning, Lennox. Andy and Director Snipe. Listen, I was following up this shooting in the police station in San Fernando. This is a sad situation. And to have one officer in charge of police station, which are firearms in there and ammunition. This is unheard of. This is very, very unheard that they have one individual in there and knowing that what they have in there. So it's alleged. Somebody knows. And they have to do with her colleague, just alleged again, that involved in that. That somebody, she knows that to let somebody in there. There are more bigger fish outside there who involved in that. The former former, alleged again, ministers know about that. National security, who was in charge? Check them out. They all know who is the criminals and who are doing that. Who never know, alleged again, who involved. They're probably involved. So, this is not a hard thing to know, because think outside the box. The criminals, most of the criminals is alleged, most of the criminals is of the police department. Most criminals who know the criminals out there and who is doing that, and who is a friend and who is not the friend, who is about to. So this is not a surprise, you know. So Trinidad and Tobago, all better get up earlier behind and start the whole job, because let me tell you something. This is getting bad, and this is looking at this government looking very, very bad. Trust me, it's looking very bad. That is what they want. Okay, that is what they want. And to put them back in government again, or they'll have to be a damn fool. Okay, all right, Mr. Andy, Lennox. I hope you get my point.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh, Lord.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
The criminal elements, the killers, have infiltrated the police service. They was always there. Again, dressed like the prison officers, where those criminal elements have them on their knees and tread. Let them not do so. Bring contraband. Make sure we have weed in jail. Make sure we have drugs in jail. Yes, in the prisons. All you know that the criminal elements are the prisons lock. Most of the shot squads in the jails. Killers! They infiltrate the police officers and them. Most of them I look at. They are working now. Police officers have no choice but to work with the killers. That's how bad it gets. No choice! The mafia, the gunmen, the criminal elements, the killers have infiltrated our police service now. What next? The army? We hear the done start there. It's just a matter of time.
Bang, 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 bang.
And the UNC government not looking good. Plain talk, bad manners. That is how the people will see it. You all will be blamed. You all are in the driving seat now. Yes, the crime situation didn't happen overnight. It was nested, groomed, planted, nurtured in that 10 years of the PNM. Because everybody know the crime situation that's go down under every other government. But when PNM in power, it is get worse. But what have you, the UNC, not looking good right now? It have a state of emergency. On top of that, pow, 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 dead, 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 every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, dead, 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 dead. I'm fed up.
Bang, 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 bang.
We having more deaths than Ukraine. That is in our war in Trinidad and Tobago here. Imagine that. It's just a reality check, Lennox Smith. Before we go for that break, your indulgence at the end of the day, the present government, that's who everybody will be watching. It are no ifs or buts or maybe. What says now?
They are in charge of the treasury of the country and the decision-making processes at the highest level in terms of the direction of the country. And while she was speaking there, I remembered in 2009, both Archbishop and myself, Burke, was invited to address the National Security Council. Private people addressing the National Security Council, invited so to do as a consequence of Mr. Manning's Meet the People and anti-crime ideas to try to arrest the very problem. And when I got there, I mentioned about what we call now home invasion, but that was occurring in Never Dirty, where young people were taking over senior citizens' home, etc. And when I asked the question of the panel that was there, high-level commissioners or acting commissioners, people from from Scotland Yard, I mean high-powered law enforcement elements that were there with the minister. And when I asked the question at the end of my presentation, I had a PowerPoint presentation, all of the apparatus of such a delivery was there. None of them knew. And then when I heard they coined the term home invasion, what about a decade after, or 5 years or 6 years after, I say, look at that. But of course, the point is that there are elements within the community, I keep saying, that juxtapose, that side by side, parallel with those negative elements that are still respected, that focus have not been engaged in order to rope them in, to bring them into the whole process. I remember I was advising that national center that where all these cameras and so on. I was Hura was the man in charge of that, and he roped me in to advise him at the community level as to how this whole thing should be rolled out. I think he confessed that on a program that we had here some time. So it is not that there are people who engage in sports, there are people who engage in education, there are people who engage in culture, there are people who engage in all kinds, side by side with all of that. How it is that these people are not being identified so that they could now impact on the, let's say, the sanity and the stability and directing these young people in particular away from that allurement or alluring of the established elements that, of course, will give them a sneakers, give them something to eat, put a gun in their hand and tell them, of course, go and do a thing, or go and invade that station or that police establishment as we saw over the weekend. But we have to go for the break.
And when we come back, more. Yes.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, or what doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Your news anytime, anywhere. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
Join Eternal Light and Word of Life Communities for a fun-filled Goshen Day fundraiser on Sunday, May 3rd from 7:30 until 6 p.m. at St. Charles Borromeo RC Church, Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna. The day begins with Mass at 7:30 a.m., followed with activities like bingo, hoopla, pick a number, and much, much more. Visit the Health and Wellness booth and check out the variety of plants and books on sale. At Mama's Kitchen, get your delicious treats. Come out and support Goshen Family Fundraiser on Sunday, May 3rd from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. at St. Charles Borromeo RC Church, Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Hard questions, honest answers, real conversations from the ground up. If you want to know what's really happening, don't miss the Ground Report. Weekday mornings on Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra, and right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Mandy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
Senior citizens crying in this country. Children crying in this country. Not even babies are safe in this country. This thing has really touched me, you know. I was close to it. It's too easy, boy. All you understand or what? Again, things will change when all what was described that we are not in any way indulging anybody to go in that direction at all. But more police will drop. They're done in bold. Politicians will drop. They're done in bold. God forbid. If it is, we don't get this crime situation under control, and getting it under control is detection. Some people, they're winning. Bring back the young man. Bring back the young man. In order to hang them, you gotta catch them, you know. If you're not catching them, how are you going to hang them? Are they getting catch? How much murders for the year? How much people got caught for the murders? So let me let that make sense. The maths, in. Detection is paramount. So what? Hang his back, they go detect. Hang his back. Then prosecutors and them go make sure they write the right thing and don't make stupid mistakes that murder cases gang throw off. If we say hang his back, that sucks. All you have to detect first. You must, in order for anything to happen, detection. There we go to those lines there, boy. 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
I just want to quickly add that while statistically the situation is less than, let's say, the previous year, the fact is that the perception, people's fear of the any day they will know someone or they themselves may be a victim is real, and therefore that too must be addressed by some kind of forthright confidence building, giving the population the assurance that yes, they could put their shoulders to the wheel and resurface the economy of the country. But in doing so, that prosperity that will emerge, you could live to, of course, enjoy it. Maybe that is some of the malaise as well. But let's go to the line.
Mate, yeah, Lennox, bring back the hangman. Or they bring back the hangman. That will slow down this crime. Just get him out there. And these fellas, tell themselves they kill, they go in jail, they come back out. It's a ranking thing. They need to start to break these fellas neck. And they don't know how serious and how time it is. I understand?
I want to say it different. Detect the criminals. Detect the criminals. Catch the criminals. Proper investigation, proper policing. Hangman is the last thing all here. Oh, what, boy? What about that English? None all here bright people. Don't understand, boy. Ah, boy. Who don't hear?
Go feel. Two things, Andy. And you're right. prevention. I remember I have been arguing and castigating the former Prime Minister Rowley in terms of his conduct. He has a charity golf tournament every year, but the proceeds of that exercise goes to vision and a mission. I've always said that that is a good initiative, but in order for you to benefit from that, you have to go to prison first. The duty of a prime minister is to prevent in the main. And therefore, what one at minimum should have happened is that we should see him giving the proceeds of that exercise to a group or an institution that are preventing young people from entering a life of crime, and nothing stopping them from giving vision and mission. But how the hell you could give vision and a mission whose ethos, whose purpose, or whose raison d'etre is to see about persons who would have gone through the prison system first? That ain't make sense. As a prime minister, nobody telling you how to spend your money, but as a prime minister, your action and your conduct must be such, and that is where the myopia is. And that is where the what I consider to be the short-sightedness in terms of decision makers. Yeah, and when they get into office, suddenly they have a eureka moment. They have a burst of brilliance, only to engage in new things that, if they think carefully, they would see that there are things from within the community that have been done, tried and tested, and therefore it is that you must capitalize on before you venture into your own notion and, of course, harebrained ideas. Go ahead.
Can't blame the government. They put people in position, commissioner of police, to deal with that. You want to fix crime in Trinidad and Tobago? Clean out the crooked police service. Simple. You can't blame the government for that.
One ground report. What about the 56 bodies that they find? I don't want to believe those police things are covered up and with allege.
Hi, good morning, ground report. One of the things that we lack a lot is prayer. What we have to do, we have to pray for our country in every aspect, as individuals, as little small groups, as far as religion, regardless of what religion you belong to, members get together and pray. Prayer is the answer, regardless of what. Pray. Have a good day.
Man, with due respect,
we have to abandon now and go for the news.
But,
yes.
But with due respect, ma'am,
and it take us out.
Every day we praying. You praying, I praying, Lennox praying, plenty people praying, Mother Bernie praying, Santa Cruz praying, Woodbrook praying. Prayer is not all. You come across like, hey, we just had a prayer and that got done? Well, we'll call long we pray.
And I want to tell you this, and plenty people don't know that per capita community, Latin has the most churches than anywhere else concentrated in the country. And of course, we know that it has been designated as a crime hotspot. Let's go for the news, and when we come back more, as we continue, of course, with these and other issues.
Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. 8-year-old Jelena Armstrong was among 4 people killed in a deadly shooting in Morva on Sunday night. Preliminary reports indicate that the victims were traveling in a red Mitsubishi Lancer along Lady Young Road when gunmen opened fire on the vehicle. The occupants were struck by multiple bullets, and all 4 were later pronounced dead. The presence of a child among the victims has sent shockwaves through the community and across the country. Police say investigations are ongoing, and they are urging anyone with information that could assist in the probe to come forward. Authorities have assured the public that further details will be released as they become available. The killing of the young girl has reignited public concern over violent crime and the impact of gun violence on innocent families, with many calling for renewed action to protect vulnerable communities. Switching gears now, Minister of Public Utilities Barry Pudarath says authorities are stepping up efforts to curb ongoing attacks on WASA facilities and that the government will soon take legislation to Parliament to increase penalties for such offences. WASA says unknown individuals removed brass couplings from water service connections at 13 locations between midnight and 4 a.m. on Friday. Speaking exclusively to TDT News, Minister Pudarath said while additional security measures, including cameras, are being introduced, stronger enforcement, closer police collaboration, and tougher legislation are needed as current penalties are outdated and ineffective.
Just as these persons, when they commit these acts, they too have families that are impacted by the loss of a supply of water in these communities. And therefore, we will be taking a zero-tolerance approach towards these continued attacks on WASA's facilities. Very soon, we'll be going to the nation's parliament to increase the fines. As I indicated a few weeks ago, the WASA Act needs to be updated. It has not been updated in many years, and therefore the fines are very low.
He said he has spoken to the Attorney General on the matter and hopes to come to Parliament soon. The minister said authorities expect progress from police investigations in the coming weeks as efforts continue to bring perpetrators to justice. He reiterated that there will be zero tolerance moving forward.
There seems to be an attempt to sabotage WASA's facilities during the dry season in particular. Whether it is political sabotage or otherwise, it is sabotaging the people of Trinidad and Tobago, regardless whether they are clad in red, clad in yellow, or clad in any other color. They're sabotaging the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And therefore, we will continue to take a zero-tolerance approach and work with stakeholders like the TTPS to have this matter resolved.
Religious, cultural, and social activities play a vital role in boosting workplace productivity, and Minister of Public Utilities Barry Pudarath says the government both recognizes and supports its importance. Speaking at TNTEC's Eid commemorations, Minister of Public Utilities took some time to mingle with staff and partake in a day of family fun and camaraderie. He told participants that the government and Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago sees a major value in the return of these activities for work-life balance.
Having had the opportunity to be an understudy of the Honorable Prime Minister, I see the value of religious activities, cultural activities, social activities that brings employees and their families together, that contributes significantly to the development of any state enterprise or any organization. And therefore, I was very happy to lend my support to the return of these events, whether it is Eid celebrations, Diwali, Christmas, or any other, because of the value that it brings in inculcating a sense of purpose and a sense of fellowship among our employees.
Minister Pudarath took the time to thank public servants for their dedication to duty, noting that what they do is sometimes not recognized enough.
Sometimes many of you are the unsung heroes that often get the criticism first and foremost, but it's very seldom that you get the praise. And this evening I want to say to you, thank you for your strength, your determination to keep the electricity company going as we observe 80 years of service to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
In sport now, the Los Angeles Lakers overcame their injury concerns to secure a winning start to the NBA playoffs. The 18-time champions were missing key players Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Maxi Kleber, but 41-year-old LeBron James delivered another standout performance, leading the Lakers to a 107-98 victory over the Houston Rockets. On the opening day of the playoffs, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Denver Nuggets, and New York Knicks also recorded wins, while the Phoenix Suns and Orlando Magic advanced to claiming victories in the play-in tournament. James dictated the tempo of the game, finishing with 19 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds against a Houston side that was dealt a late setback with Kevin Durant ruled out through injury shortly before tip-off. Lakers head coach DJ Redick said it's just our playoff mentality. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back, it's our number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At Tech, safety is our priority. Tech, the power to make it work.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens. Because your world can't wait. Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Before the sun, before the road, the talk starts here. Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team, as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report. The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check. It's 8 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. Not forgetting those of you on our several social media platforms. At Talk City 91.1 FM on Facebook, Talk City 91.1 FM on YouTube, on TikTok. Not forgetting Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, Corridor Transformation on YouTube, 648 Television on YouTube. You also get the Ground Report on YouTube. So those of you that are leaving your maxis, your taxis, your PH vehicles, your 7-seaters, when you leave your transportation, you can still continue to log on to us via your phones. So let me say a pleasant good morning to all my drivers. All my drivers. Drivers, good morning to you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Let me just continue there quick. We're just finishing off these voice notes there quick. While we had to take some calls and indulge in other burning topics that are there. But the most burning one is, again, what's going on now?
Good morning to the Ground Report and all its listeners, Andy and Lennox. I have a contribution to make. I know everybody's saying you have to pray for the country and whatnot. Of course you have to pray. But somebody like the opposition, they need to speak to these PNM children. They're not listening. They are causing all the crime. Everything is PNM children doing it. So please, people, speak to them.
PNM children, when they come into the heinous crime, the murders, yeah, them in charge of that. But the white-collared crime is other people children too. Let's continue.
Morning, Andy, Lennox, UB, Mikey K, wherever he is, and the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, I realize you are very passionate this month, and so is myself. I always pray for the children of the nation. The children of the nation in trouble, you know? They're in real trouble because those are the things, the children are where they used to make the sacrifice. So anything will happen. We in a country where when Kamala calls say lawless dump, we cuss she and say all kind of thing. And she ain't tell no lie. We don't have a security service in the country that is reliable. They're not ready yet. From the time they say you could get work by papers, that is what's going on in the police force and all the different security forces. Long time it was going around and find out about these people before you give them a job. But now, as long as you get papers, you're getting work. As long as you get papers, you're getting work. Trinidad and Tobago gone through. And from the time Kamala win the election and these opposition people came and said they're going to be war, nobody can investigate them, nobody can lock up nobody can do them nothing. They say it's going to be war. They said so from the littlest to the biggest said it's going to be war. And there is war. And crime is a business. They're being paid to destroy this country because them leave the treasury empty with their pocket with the big money so they could pay to get things done. But there is a God not sleeping. God is in charge and God will take charge when the time is in control. This place is getting from bad to worse and they want the government to look bad so that it look bad now. Because every day, last night you get another killing where a child involved again. This is nonsense going on in this country and it's time for the hangman loose to come back and to hang people. Put them away from this country. Put them away from on earth because the Bible says if you kill, you should be killed. You live by the sword, you're dead by the sword. Get these people out of the country. The criminal elements cannot take control of this country. We have a country to run and we must learn to run it. Let the people realize that we're in charge and we're not going to take the nonsense that's going on with these criminals. So people of Trinidad and Tobago, get up, stand up for your rights. This is what we have to do now. This is nonsense going on in this country. And nobody, you join a service to give a service. You never like the job, but you go in there because you feel when you go in there, you could give revenge to somebody, so that is why you went inside it. But you ain't going there to do a job for the country. Let we leave, let we get this thing ready and right and get them in order, the outer order, and try them today and break the net the same day. Have a good morning.
Thank you, Mother Bonnie.
Good morning, gentlemen. Andy, I am angry this morning. Yeah? Because, Andy, let us be real. UNC have to understand, they have to realize that they are now the government. They are no longer in opposition. When PNM used to do what they want, when they want, how they want, and control every institution for their evil deeds and not a damn dog back because they didn't used to hear. I find this government should get tough. It's only talk. I keep it real, you know. You understand? As I always say again, and I will say over and over every day like a record that stick, for the year, criminals have seen no consequences to their action. You understand? What happened yesterday, let us not fool ourselves. That is a critical, dangerous security situation, sorry. You understand? With all these amount of guns on the street and all this amount of ammunition, arms and ammunition out on the street, you know, these people, they may take that to go and play cowboy and Indians. You understand? And everybody making as if it's nothing. No. And when you stop holding these people, keeping them for 2 days and then letting them go, stop it. Where are all these people who are supposed to be in charge of national security in this country, in every sector? You understand? We can't trust the judges. We can't trust the magistrate. We can't trust the lawyers. We can't trust the police. We cannot trust all in law enforcement in this country. And that is why all these people are supposed to be trained. All these people are supposed to be qualified. And all of them don't know how to put things in place to deal with this crime. No. We are becoming the laughing stock of the world. You understand? UNC, all you have the power. Use it. Use it. You understand? When PNM was in government, Harari was the Attorney General, and he used the power, not to protect, not to build, but to destroy. He changed bills. You hear? The procurement bills from having it to have the majority for it to pass to a simple majority. UNC, all you have the power. Use it. Use it. And who vex the vex? You hear? Use it.
Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mikey, Nigel, and to everybody out there. Andy, I'm so vexed this morning, I had to delete my message anyway. Good morning. I am sure, like me, this morning, if not 50%, the vast majority of this country, Trinidad and Tobago, on hearing the news of that child getting killed, very angry this morning. Very, very angry. And I want to ask Penelope Beckles and the opposition, how are you feeling? Tell us how are you feeling now? Right? All you had an opportunity to fix the spillover of the crime from the PNM.
Fix Lennox better, let me see him. I only seen half of his face. Oh, let him go around in the corner a little bit. Yes. Let the people see him, man. When you go out there on George Street, dancing on a Friday, they see you. Let them see you here on this program, man.
And all they refuse to do it with that Zoso bill. I don't care what nobody say. That Zoso bill would have helped. And then people want to come and say the government didn't have no crime plan. The government have a lot of crime plans. But I think what this government should start doing now, you see how Faris used to change a dot here and a comma here and whatever to change it to get them to pass it alone. I think this government should start doing that. Right? And the next thing I'm hearing people talk about bringing back Gary. Bringing back Gary to do what? Right? Bringing him back to do what? What was Gary's track record? I can't remember Gary having this great track record that crime was down. All Gary used to be doing was people at everybody on Facebook. I have to be very politically correct. People at everybody on Facebook, right? You couldn't say something about him on Facebook. Man, it's a whole weekend. He after you. Is the high chair going to be used? Right? Gary Griffith was too disrespectful towards our deputy political leader, Jolene John. Too disrespectful. And that's what all they calling to bring back in here. He looked down at her. He saw us nobody, as just a coffee maker and a chicken fryer. I don't care what nobody say. All they want to come after me, come. Right? But this is nonsense going on now. And look at where that child was in that car. And I want to tell Penny again, this is not the first time. Yes, you are right. Nowhere safe, and it has not been safe for a long time. And this government is trying to do something about it. And I'm absolutely sure Mrs. Pasabi says they're not going to call anybody collateral damage. No. And you know what, Andy? You know what? When they were trying to pass that Zoso's bill, Keith Scotland talk about, they're targeting people looking like he, and targeting people looking like only Africans in his area. Oh God, I want to ask a question this morning. I'm really mad, you know. Who the child look like? And I'm absolutely sure who the killer look like. Again, Mrs. Prasad Bisasa, you said we don't need a curfew. I and a whole lot of people beg to differ. We beg to differ this morning. Because something drastic has to be done. This nonsense is going on too long now. Right? The opposition don't want to help. All they do what it is all you have to do to help the people of this country. And Andy, I have an next from Burner issue, you know. I'll come back in. Thanks a lot.
Wendell Eversley as he's blaming all the crime in TNT on Kamala and the UNC for making a pact with the devil to take lives in order for the UNC to gain governance. Listen for yourselves, people.
I said last night in my life, we cannot continue as how we continue in Trinidad and Tobago, where every day is blood. I talk about the 50 babies and the 4 persons that was going to be buried. Are we seeing somebody make a pact with the devil in order to gain power? Because every day is blood flowing in the streets of Trinidad and Tobago.
I want to ask him, in the 10 years the PNM were in power, who did they make a pact with? Because everyone heard of Dr. Rowley saying he went to Lokoto to deal with someone who had put him out of parliament. But it looks like Wendell and those PNM sycophants have convenient long-term memory loss. All of what TNT is reaping now is what was sown in the last 10 years under the PNM, with the open borders, guns, and gang culture now plaguing TNT, and not to mention the rampant corruption, both in governance and in the police service. Anyway, take care, Andy, and let's be safe out there today, people.
Hey, Andy, good morning. Andy, I heard about those fines from Fadarat Adewasa. Andy, what you need to do is those people who steal those properties, so go and keep in those grass, have to turn it into it. In order to get sale for it, they have to give it to someone to make money. So anybody who get caught buying them, they need to be charged also. Because if this thing is to the scrapyard people should inform the police immediately and keep them there. And ask them, where did they get that? That's how you're going to solve those problems.
Andy, good morning again to you, Lennox, Nigel, Mike, and everybody out there. This morning, I want to call on Wendell Eversley, right? You're making yourself look like a real gobbledygook, right? You say that this government made a pact with the devil, right? And 56 babies died. Do you have proof of how those babies died? Do you have proof? Where was your mouth when the PNM left the 4 men to die in a pipe? You didn't think that was a pact with the devil? Or when the 22 babies were killed at one time, one after the next in NICU? Where were your voice? Where was it? And you coming to talk this crap now? Where? And also, you're calling on the removal of Wayne Sturge and Roger Alexander. Why? Why? Because your family get killed? Look at how it turned out to be now. Now, I'm not making light of the girl getting killed, right? It was totally wrong. A murder is a murder. And that's what Somali need to learn. That they must go. Why didn't you call for the removal of Stuart Young when the 4 men were deliberately left to die in the pipe? Why didn't you call for the removal of the Minister of Health when the 22 babies were killed? Why didn't you call for the removal of Hines when your nephew was killed in 2023? I didn't hear that. All it is just want to talk because all you have a mouth. Right? Look at what it turned out to be now. But you call it, it did not involve the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And look at what it has happened. I mean, oh good God. What it take from all it to kill one of all your own colleagues? What did it take? It's only a heartless human being could do something like that. You hear? And my next question is I would like to ask, I wish somebody could answer me. What was that amount of arms and ammunition doing in a municipal corporation? Here now, let me tell you something, eh? This place needs some real progress. We have to bruise we knees. We have to bruise our knees. We, you see what happened for the last 9 years, 7 months and 28 days? We don't want that happening now. We don't. And again, I call on the government. All they do what all they have to do to get this thing going. The opposition don't want to help all year because we are seeing it. Apparently they're enjoying the crime situation. They want to have bragging rights and boasting rights. All you have to start getting tough now. All you have to start getting tough and do what is necessary.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Auntie, and Sir Snipes. Well, condolences to the officer. Having to go through that ordeal, but yeah, I just want to find out something. Everybody may have their own opinion, this is just my opinion. And having all these guns and things out, what's the bigger picture behind it? Who it is the guns is actually for, and who the guns and them will be targeting, Are we looking at the average citizen on the street? Are we looking at the talk show hosts? Are we looking at politicians? Are we looking at gangs against gangs? What's the purpose of the guns now? So that's why I am kind of worried about, who will be, targeting now against these guns, who's the target. So, Trinidad is in a mess right now as we speak. We know that. We hope, anybody seeing something, looking suspicious, say something, man, because it could be your own family, your own thing. We need each other right now, and them guns and them have to get off the streets, please, especially those ammunition.
Andy, good morning. Big Ram here, my brother. Blessings to you and the crew. Andy, I'm listening to Mother Bernie, and I agree to her 100%. This crime is way out of control, and it's going to get worse, like you said. Police was involved. The protective service is involved in crime. The biggest criminal for me personally comes within the protective service. So that is why we have such a low detection rating, because the crime is within the protective service itself. 95% of it, Andy. So how could you solve this problem? How this problem could be solved? It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. You can imagine a woman constable get killed. I listened to the news again where they killed 4 people in Laventille area. It's a never-ending thing. It's just going to get worse, Andy. Peace out, Andy. Blessings to you again.
Bang, 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 bang.
The mark of the day with all this crime, shooting, police breaking, woman police officer dead. Some allegation is saying a marked vehicle, police marked vehicle, tore out the ammunitions, the guns. Some people saying 2 men who's are retired but they went there to sleep was there. All eyes news are reading. Give me 4 quick marks because you want to go back down to serious business. Thanks NLCB, the company that loves to give money. And today money have to be given because over the weekend we see enough thing in order to pick them correct marks. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. What's your mark for today? I picking mine early. Dead man. Only dead. 4 is my pitch mark this morning. What's your own? What other mark is dead? Only dead. My body is defined some way. My baby dead, so. Oh, good. Only dead, Baba. Like it's a war all over. It's a war in Iran. It's a war in. Where you call that place again, boy? Zelensky place there. Ukraine. It's a war in some of them African country. Trinidad don't have that type of war where it's guns and bombs. But it have war in Trinidad and Tobago too. That people dead in more than real war it have out there. So what's your mark this morning, Trinidad and Tobago? Let me get these marks. 4 marks. I don't already pick mine. Number 4. Dead man. And next thing that I find be sour. But I can't pick nobody mark. 4, our next good mark is 11. Kobo! But again, the money and all that to come. Go ahead.
Good morning.
We have a call. Yes, give us your mark for the day.
By this crime over getting out of hand, the government needs to do something.
So what's your mark?
What's your mark? Give me the mark first. Give me your mark. Next caller.
We have a next call. What's your mark? This is a segment for that only.
Morning. My mark this morning. You hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I have 3 marks. I'll tell you what's the 3 marks.
One mark.
One is for gun.
No, only one you can give us.
All right, give me the 3. Give me the 3, but just one you have to pick. And let us know why. Quickly.
All right. I'm giving you 1 for gun, 4 for dead, and 11 for police.
All right, I don't pick a 4, so pick 1 out of the 2.
Well, play 11.
11.
Police.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Whoa, 11 is police. But what 1 is? 1 is for gun. But
1 is gun.
What, boy? Well, Tabakit, if you say that, eh? Oh, me know you in this mark thing too, boy. You the see the marks clear, boy.
I know all the play way. I some play way.
Whoa.
I know all them long time bush way.
Oh, God, so you just beat a man bad when you're ready, boy.
Right. And what has happened sometimes? Now, you see a time like this, the man like Capich.
He like Capich.
He's a Capich man sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes he could stand up, he could sit down, he could gamble. Sometimes he play the chart. Most of the time he play the chart, he just play wild mark and play back to back. So when he want to take your money, he go play back to back and play crazy way and come up the chart. But this morning, he will play Capich way.
All right, thank you very much. So far we have
Andy, I wish you luck to comprehend
Capich
that.
mark 4. We have 11. Where's the marks we have so far? How many marks we have so far?
4 and 11.
No, but 4 is my own.
Yeah, right. So 11.
So just we are 1. 11. We are 11. All right, who else? So let's make those scores.
2 more. Welcome. What's your mark?
Morning, 25.
25.
Why? Where's 25?
Hard back, soft back.
What? Hard back?
It's under 38.
It's under 38.
25 is hard back, soft back.
Hard back, soft back. All right. That's the Capich back, man. Go ahead with the back. 25. So 11, 25. 2 more. 2 more numbers, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning. What's your number? What's your mark? And why?
I ain't hearing them.
Not
Call a
hearing
talk
you?
up.
All right. No. Your side.
On my side. Well, come on. 2 more numbers. 2 more numbers. What's your mark this morning? 4. That's the Capich mark, the pitbull mark for the morning, which is somebody saying blood is 28. Let me take one on my side. Morning caller. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good to see, of course, NLCB.
That's
Good morning.
19.
What 19 for? Why 19?
I dreamed that. I dreamed 19.
Right, but where's that your dream? Let me know you just dreamed the 19 or...
A horse. I dreamed a horse.
Oh, your dream was riding a horse?
No, I dreamed by a horse. Yes, I dreamed it.
Oh, you just dreamed that horse. Get the man in 19.
Yeah.
That horse 19. Might be the police and them might be going in the station.
No doubt.
One more.
One more. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Dr. Mark.
Hello, good morning.
And why?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Gary Griffith.
Wait, your Mark.
No. Good morning. Good morning. Mark time.
Pleasant good morning, Lennox Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasant good morning. I go say my Mark now when I go get my chance to talk.
Yeah.
Andy, this is Carnage you're dealing with. Yes, my boy. But when you play me, I will have to play back. My Mark is Big Snake.
Where's Big Snake? Where's that number?
Moving that snake. I mean, that snake move. That internal move. Right? Big Snake, small snake. Right?
35.
That's my Mark.
That what? What
35.
number?
Huh?
What number is Big
35.
Snake? Your Big Snake is what number?
35.
35. All right. All right. Thank you very much. So, Trinidad Tobago, Snipes, let us know what's those marks and what went on Friday.
Well, the numbers today go as follow. We have number 11, Kobo, 25, Morocco, 19, Horse, and 35, Big Snake. Andy's capiche for today is the number 4, Dead Man.
Yes. A good next one is 21. Everybody talking right now. The country talking. Wah, 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 mouth. But let's go for that break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Ground Report. We'll be back.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union, your future is safe with us.
Is your business experiencing the following symptoms? Not enough customers, low sales, or slow cash flow? It's time for your business to be seen and heard by thousands of potential customers inside this new, exciting television and social media feature.
Welcome.
The 1020 with Junior K. Up for this exciting challenge and confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
This Mother's Day, let Mom's World be the focus with 30% off Apex Transitions lenses on complete eyewear. Because her day doesn't slow down and her eyes are constantly adjusting. That's why at Value Optical, we don't guess, we assess. Expert care, precision digital lenses designed for real life. Her world in focus with flexible payment options from Credit IQ. Conditions apply. Offer available until May 10th. Value Optical.
History
Expert care for your eyes.
in the spotlight. Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith. Report with Mandy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check. While we await a minister to join us, we didn't say who, just in case.
It was impromptu. You know, we are multifaceted here and multidimensional here. So the studios are in close proximity. So we may not because of time, we may not get her because of her schedule. But we would have loved to hear from her.
But you go and beg the woman. Go and talk to the woman.
Yeah, well, that is happening.
All right. Red people talking about the pension and the this and the that. I need her in here. Let's continue.
Andy Williams, Lennox Smith and Nigel Snipe, good morning. Andy Williams, the Commissioner of Police, tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago there are almost 500 gang members in this country and he will not allow them to create havoc in this country. Commissioner of Police, how long you know? How long you have them numbers? And how come they continue doing what they're doing? And up to now you look up none of them yet. Stop playing politics and do your job.
Andy and Lennox, they have to start back hanging, you know. That will solve all the problems. And all who break the law from the smallest to the biggest, lock up everybody. This woman, Miss Bates, she's supposed to be out of there already. All is breaking the law. Something has to be done seriously, man. We can't live in peace in this country. After paying tax for 68 years, they can't live in peace. What the hell, man?
The Ground Report with Mandy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Morning, the Ground Report. I'm going to listen to you. To stem the crime, you have to start inside the police service. There are too many rogue elements in the police service. I don't know how the government could clean up that. I don't know. I had a friend whose daughter was in the police service. And she left the police service because of that. She said, no, she couldn't work with that. The things they're doing and the things they want to do, you can get anybody to do any kind of crime from the police service itself. Too many rogue elements, she leave and she went away. If you don't clear the police service, this crime will continue. And how you clean it up, I don't know. The government have the money, they have all the resources, they have to do something. I don't know how they can get rid of this crime situation. It's really hard. That police service is rotten. And a police partner of mine who want to leave the work because they said, listen, if you don't leave the work now, you will lose all you will get. Because he had drug block. Understand? How you clean up this? How you clean up this mess? Them police and they want, they get a salary, what the hell they want again? They want to live above their means? God, boy. I don't know how you can see anything this, no? It's a very tough situation.
Morning, everybody. So Andy asked the question about the Strait of Hormuz, 1 minute to open, 1 minute to close. Recognize something, people. The Americans are not negotiating with Iran. Iran is not a government. No country is. These people, when you think that way, that the country is who rules it, then you have a problem. But in Iran, yes, that was the way it operated. The government run Iran, right? That was the IRGC and the mullahs. But they came into power suppressing a whole slew of other groups. Iran is a melting pot of peoples, some of the most ancient peoples on this planet, and ancient religions. Zoroastrianism, which is the father religion of all the Abrahamic religions, was there, right? Then the Christians came and the Muslims came. Then the Islamic schism, Sunni Shia. So the place of Shia Islam is mostly in Iran because the mullahs are of that ilk, right? But they've had to suppress everybody else. But now that all this is happening, those other groups are raising up. And the Americans are almost certainly negotiating with somebody in the government, the parliament. Yes, Iran has a parliament, most likely the speaker, and or generals from what is known as the Artesh, the regular Iranian army. But the problem is the IRGC, which is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is kind of like the militant arm of the mullahs. They are at odds with the Artesh. They always have been. There's always been kind of grief between the two. But the regular army has always been put in the background. Then you have a group called the Basij, B-A-S-I-J. Go Google that. These are the real extremists. These are the people who kill Iranians when they rise up. These are the people who killed 40,000 Iranians in January of this year in a 2-week period. Right? This is who keep order. They are the real extremists. So we had a couple of incidents recently where, for example, an Indian tanker was attacked by speedboats using machine guns. That was almost certainly the Basij because they are disagreeing. They are openly disagreeing and making open statements against their own government because they find that they are selling out to the Americans. They're not, right? The good news is the heavy weapons really necessary to sink a ship, so mines, cruise missiles, large drones, they don't have that. All they have are basically small arms. So that's what they're using. It's not a question if the Strait of Hormuz is open or not. It is really about these extremist groups that's in Iran trying to spoil it and trying to create enough ambiguity. So, for example, 0 mines have been found so far. So the Iranians say, hey, we mine the Strait of Hormuz, but they found 0. So that's a lie, right? The Iranians have been using that kind of thing from the beginning of this thing. Saying, the sinker American aircraft carrier and all manner of nonsense that turn out to be lies. All you need to do is create ambiguity. And then insurance companies will not want to insure the ships to pass through, so they were not going to pass through. But soon, all of that is going to come to an end because everybody's going to realize these are just more lies. And the biggest threat to be faced is some speedboats coming out with machine guns, and there's a very easy solution for that. That's also coming. So the strait is going to open, but I keep saying, this war is not what it is on the surface, what is facing you. It is much bigger. It's about restructuring the world order.
Andy, good morning again. Andy, Santa Cruz asked a wonderful and a very important question. Why is all those ammunition stored in that building and not in a secure location in a good building? With police, not police, but lots of police, at least 4 police. So why the corporation store those guns there? They have to have a reason and an inside job. And Lennox,
Adi, good morning again. Lennox, everybody else. Listen, like people don't have sense in Trinidad or what? If you hold nobody, how you gonna hang somebody? You gotta hold the criminals. And the criminals isn't in, you know who them is? I call the name. They start from the top. That's the criminal. It happens here. Them is the criminal. You got a big man on top who give me the orders. And then if you hold nobody, how you hang them? Bring in the hangman, that don't make no sense. You gotta hold somebody to hang them. But you gotta get rid of it. It started from the justice system too. You got the crooks on them there too, you allege. You have a bunch of crooks there too, who getting paid. Think outside the box there, man. Guy. Remember I used to work in the jail, I know a lot. I know a lot, bro. I know what goes on in there. And I used to hear talk.
We go for a quick break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Ground Report. We'll be back.
Your future is safe with us. No matter your age or where you're from, our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
More news, more access, more ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter on air and online. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Women are a quiet strength the world leans on, the hands that holds everything together, and the heart that keeps on giving, even when they're tired. And it's time for us to celebrate that. I'm Yashamani, your host of Majestic Makeover, the series which uplifts and transforms the lives of everyday women who've carried so much for so long. In this season, we're looking for women like these, women who have endured, women who survive, women who keep on going, no matter what. A woman who's lost a loved one and finds the strength to go on. A survivor of crime who refused to be broken. A woman over 70 who gives to her family and the community every single day. A survivor of serious illness who continues to live with hope and courage. A physically challenged woman living fully with dignity and determination. These are the stories we want to honor. Do you know her? Nominate her. Let's celebrate her. Send us 2 brief paragraphs which briefly states who she is, your relationship to her, and why she deserves this journey. As well, send us your contact information. Send it to majesticmakeovertt@gmail.com. Because remember, every woman needs to feel majestic. Majestic Makeover Season 3, right here on TTT.
The flagship with Sudat Prasad and Fritz Heavy Samuel.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Mandy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Pitbull, Andy Williams, pleasant morning to you. Lennox Smith, pleasant good morning to you. Mr. Snipes and Trinidad and Tobago, pleasant good morning to you all. Oh, what a sad day, what a sad time it is. But Trinidad and Tobago, let us be real. We are the people who live in Trinidad and Tobago. If the crime situation is getting out of hand, beyond the protective services control, because we are fully aware that a lot of members of the protective services, meaning the police, the army, is participating in illegal activities, right? Sometimes a crime take place, and when the forensic reach on the scene, ammunition from the police, ammunition from the army, how that ammunition reaching on the streets, only God alone knows. Watch what's taking place now. Internally, and Andy and Lennox, what I have to say this morning in my contribution, this corporation police, SRP police, all is police. Once you have on the gray and black or the gray and blue, you are a police officer. Because sometimes you just see them, the same money, how they put it, municipal police officers, these same officers, just go on exercise. They just be on roadblock. They just take them from the corporation duties and bring them and have a roadblock with them. So when you're trying to dissect and making it look like These police is different from original police. I understand in that part. They had to break down that for me because I believe once you are in that uniform, Kiri, you are SRP, Kiri, you are a police officer, you are a police officer. So please take that away. Don't make it look like it's thing. And what it is happening, thank God, that is an internal. So the Prime Minister is not wrong for she stating that I am not calling a curfew because it's internal. Look, they start to fine the people who are responsible for that act already. That is bad management. That is not the government fault. You understand? The government is trying. The management was supposed to be taking care of that is the police service to protect and to serve to make sure crime come down. But it's just the former administration make it get out of hand. And this administration now, the 28th of this month, come and go make them a year. And they're trying their endeavor best. But what the kind of heinous things are taking place? People stop dying singularly. People are dying by the trees and the fours now. They started to have no care for women. They started to have no care for children. And in the mafia world, if you know anything, if you ever read the books, the mafia books and certain books, you will know that they do not disrespect old people and children. Let me be real. So what it is taking place in Trinidad today is not the government fault because the government allocate money to these people, to these different institutions to see about the situation. But it's the management and then the government getting the blame. So I, as a supporter of the government, is still saying, ma'am, you are doing very well. Take it easy as the head of security. Do what you have to do. You have our support full 100. Locked on and listening, brother.
Mr. Nobody, I think you should stick to your name. Listen, man, we talk about Trinidad, how to solve the crime in Trinidad. Stop about Damus and whatever. America will solve the problem, man. If we had to go to war, we go to war. Let's talk about solving the crime in Trinidad. Let's come up with ideas. Mr. Nobody, again, I'm a little tired of hearing this nobody. Okay? Lisa. Oh, and by the way, we have extremists in Trinidad. So we need to get rid of the extremists. Let's concentrate in Trinidad. Okay, nobody. Concentrate in Trinidad later.
Go ahead, caller. Last call before we go for that top for the news. Go ahead, caller.
Andy, morning.
Good morning to you.
Andy, let me tell you this, eh? This bigger than we, eh? This bigger than we. Anti-Camps is trying. It's bigger than we. And the police is corrupted. Anybody can tell me whatever. They're corrupted. Right? And you see these people who calls to and talk about PNM, UNC, stop that now. Right? We need to fix the problem. And stop studying what PNM do and what PNM do. We don't know what they do. We get them out. Let me fix the problem now. Right? So let's stop it now. Let's get together as a nation and fix this problem. This is madness. A baby's being killed now, over and over, so ridiculous. Just recently was an 8-month-year-old or 11-month-year-old. Now it's an 8-year-old now. The place is bloody. And you cannot blame the government. I will not blame the government, but we need to fix the problem. The problem is bigger than us. But Anti-Camps, we will get there. We will get there. We will make it happen. And all who are against it also, all they will see, we will get it done and we will make sure it happens. Have a blessed day, guys.
Oh boy. Let's go for that 8 o'clock news and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Ground Report Talk City 91.1.
The municipal police station had been breached, resulting in the killing of a female corporal and the theft of firearms and ammunition. At the time, the perpetrators were unknown, fueling fear across the country, particularly in South Trinidad. President of the San Fernando Area Chamber of Commerce, Kiran Singh, explains how residents felt.
It sent a shockwave. It was frightening. It is still frightening that this was such a deadly event could happen where, unfortunately, a woman, corporal, lost her life in the line of duty. It is very unfortunate. Our hearts and prayers go out to the family of the police officer, of course.
The incident, he said, has made an immediate impact on public confidence, with citizens questioning how safe they truly are.
When we hear about a police station being broken into and the complete bank of arms and ammunition is taken away, obviously with violent means, it sends a very serious sort of emotion to persons who live in their own homes, that how safe are we? And we really need the police to work with the business community and the entire society to ensure and to return the confidence.
Mr. Singh emphasized the vital role of the municipal police service in downtown San Fernando, where officers conduct daily patrols and support the state police. He renewed calls for increased patrols to deter robberies and criminal activity and stressed the importance of continued collaboration between law enforcement and the business community. In other news, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, through its Northern Division, is continuing investigations into the reported attempted disposal of 56 human bodies in the Camuto district on April 18th. Police say a coordinated multi-agency operation involving investigators and other state authorities is underway to determine the circumstances surrounding the matter. Statements are being recorded from persons of interest as inquiries continue. Preliminary findings indicate that some of the bodies were labeled with initial information suggesting possible links to a health institution. Authorities say this information is still being verified. Investigators are focused on confirming the identities of the deceased, analyzing forensic evidence, liaising with health authorities and the regional corporation, and determining whether any laws were breached. The TTPS says the matter is being treated with seriousness and sensitivity, and further updates will be provided as investigations progress. Meanwhile, CEO, ASP, and Chairman Kenman Phillip, who heads the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, says an emergency meeting is expected to be held today, Monday, to address the matter. The corporation is responsible for oversight of the burial ground. And in sport, round 2 of the West Indies Championship got underway on Sunday with the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force facing the Leeward Islands Hurricanes at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. Coming off a victory in their opening match, the Red Force won the toss and chose the field, making early breakthroughs as the Leeward Islands slipped to 66-7 by 22nd over. Karima Gore and Jeremiah Luis offered some resistance, hitting 57 and 19 respectively, as the Leewards closed on 131 all out. Anderson Phillip was the main destroyer with 6 wickets at the cost of 38 runs. Jaden Seals supported well with 3 for 33. In reply, Trinidad and Tobago failed to fully take advantage of their favorable position and closed the day on 85 for 6, still 46 runs behind, as Kelvin Pittman ripped through the top order to end the day with figures of 4 for 20. Hope for a first innings laid for Red Force rest with Captain Joshua Da Silva, who is not out on 18, along with Anderson Phillip on 2. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here to you, have a great day.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago has announced that it is moving toward long-term solutions to fix this country's water crisis. These plans, which include desalination plants and major upgrades to existing infrastructure, were announced by Minister of Public Utilities, the Honorable Barry Podarath, at a post-cabinet media briefing.
I can share with the nation that there are specific projects that we are looking at, and therefore the wastewater treatment plant in Bonnet West is one of those that will impact significantly on the east-west corridor. You're also looking at the pumps in Diego Martin.
Additionally, upgrades are also earmarked for central Trinidad.
The cabinet has agreed to the upgrade of the Freeport water treatment plant. This upgrade of the Freeport water treatment plant will be at an estimated tune of about $20 million. WASA will be going through the procurement phase, but in terms of the first phase of the water treatment plant in Freeport, this will impact several constituencies inclusive of Caroni Central, Tabaquite, Chagonas East, Claxton Bay, Couva North, Couva South.
Tobago and Deep South upgrades are also in the pipeline.
There will be work commencing on the Hillsborough Dam, but also government did indicate very early o'clock that we'll be investing in 3 desal plants. One is earmarked for Charlottesville, Tobago. The other 2, one is earmarked for the constituency of Moruga Tableland, which will have significant impact on the Navet Dam, also Naparima, Princestown, Moruga Tableland, San Fernando East, Urupuch East, Urupuch West, La Brea, Faizabad, Point Fortin. This will supplement the existing supply that is currently, or in some instances, not happening. That will alleviate a lot of the problems in the southern part of the island. That will give us a long-term relief in terms of a 24/7 supply in many instances, or at least a 24-hour supply every 4 days.
These projects promise to achieve the long-term goal of a reliable, consistent water supply for all.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
From the road to the radio. Talk City 91.1.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back. Time check, it's 7 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. You're also listening to us and viewing us on our several social media platforms. Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, Corridor Transformation on YouTube, 648 Television on YouTube, The Ground Report, yes, The Ground Report on YouTube, but also not forgetting Talk City 91.1 FM on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok. Okay, let's continue there quick.
Well, there again, so what is the restructuring of the world order that's happening here? So for many decades, the West has been sacrificing its intellectual property to China to make cheap goods there with slave labor, to ship back to the West to sell, right? All the while being protected by the US Navy. And everybody else just sits back, gets free and cheap goods on the backs of slave labor, and everybody is happy. A whole lot of people make a whole lot of money. The Western companies that would have engaged the Chinese, and the Chinese taking over the world slowly. Donald Trump coming and saying, nope, this party ends. Right? That is what being dismantled. Globalization. Right? And you might think that's a bad thing. No, it's a good thing, because that would have eventually led to war. World War III, real war. Because China in 2027 was going to invade Taiwan. It's not me saying it, it's Xi Jinping saying it. Right? The deterrence presented by Venezuela and Iran to China, because Venezuela and Iran use Chinese equipment, is making it clear, don't start a war invading Taiwan, because it ain't going to go good for you. That's one, and it's a big one. And yes, Iran was pursuing nuclear weapons. And with those nuclear weapons, it's not necessary to use them. It's to threaten the world, just as it is now. Threaten the world to pay them blood money, or I will use my nukes. And you see how the world folding for just a few a few sea mines? Oh my goodness, if they had nuclear weapons. They would have not only locked down the Persian Gulf, but also the Red Sea. So all this has happened. And for all who thinking it was, the war in Americans again, no, somebody had to do it. Right? Mommy couldn't do it. Daddy came home and did it. And they're going to be upset with Daddy for a while. But what Trinidad needs to look at, is that because of the instability in the Middle East, a lot of the world is going to start looking. Right now, there are hundreds of tankers racing for the Gulf of Mexico and the Western Hemisphere. You know why? Because that's where they can get fuel. That's where they can get oil. And Trinidad is right here next to the biggest reserve of oil in the world, with a very mature petrochemical industry. What do you think is going to happen in the next year or two? That's what we need to be looking at.
Morning to the ground report. Andy Pitbull, Snipe, not forgetting my massive mighty K-boy, Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, morning. Let me say in my 2 cents here. You know, I want to say that, start with the federal agency, right? For carelessly discarding the human corpse. Oh gosh, man, federal agency. Only must move more proactive, man. It has so much of bodies in one hole, and good morning to that person, that farmer, the person who find them and call the police, right? Now, this is a serious thing, right? The funeral agency, why you put so much of bodies in one hole, right? Only get a big work, right, to discard the human, those corpses. Why you didn't use the cremation method? Oh gosh, man, look how much excitement this thing causing, right? Now, and it come in the public domain, and it have particular persons will take this and run with in a football field and spread it all over and pull it and tug it all over and turn it into a political issue, right? This is a serious thing, man. The funeral agency must be held accountable for that issue. Also, the WPC boy, who did murder and take the firearms and all them kind of thing. It are wicked people in this system. This is why we say a good morning to Mr. Commissioner of Police. We know that you're trying to clean up the place, but it have plenty evil people inside it also who tote in political, they have political interference, right? Some of these persons have political agendas, and that is wickedness. Now, this heinous crime what took place here, and apprehend it, it is a concern. But again, those persons will be held accountable, because I see Ian Anil hunting them down. You know, I also want to say a 2 cents with the new board in the NIB, what facing all sorts of problems. We seen they're now discovering that employers was not submitting the contribution to the NIB, right? Because right now I have an issue with that too. Over 8 or 9 years, my NIB was not paying. This is a very serious thing. And before I go, I want to say good morning to the Honorable Prime Minister, because, you know, I see she said that how she's going to act on the private pension, have an exemption for that, for the income tax. That is a very good bill. She's going to bring this bill before the finance bill in the 2026 and pass it. You know, that Honorable Prime Minister, there's a pumpkin pie for this nation, boy. The people, we have a Prime Minister of the people, by the people, for the people. We have a Prime Minister with a heart who care and love this nation. God blessings again.
Thank you very much. Last one more, and it have no more voice notes. All voice notes finished today. Then we will take some calls, and I will want to indulge my co-host. Yes, and all who say no, but he sending his voice notes. Who is send and complain about nobody? Send all a voice note now. He persistent. Persistence will always achieve.
Nobody again, you know, we're talking about the police breaking and the weapons being stolen, and we all go in the line of criminals and typical. That's okay, that's fine. I mean, they were handguns basically, 9mm Glocks for the most part. But what if it's something different? What if it's not local gangs or local criminals? What if it's international gangs, as in Venezuelan gangs, which are here, you better believe. And they are here and they are being squeezed. I think they're being squeezed right now. They certainly were squeezed by the US on that side. I think they're being squeezed on this side. What if, so the government has announced some moves against Hezbollah financing from Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, you better believe Hezbollah is here, because if they were in Venezuela, which they were, they trained the Venezuelan paramilitary, right? If they were in Venezuela, then they're in Trinidad. What if they too feel that they're being squeezed? You see, it's much more difficult now to bring in weapons and people and that kind of thing into Trinidad, because the US is still here. It's just that they're here more quietly. And maybe our government is also more active on our borders. You see, when they can't bring in, we use what you have. An insurgency, that is. That's how they operate. What if it's more along those lines? We need to think of these things. I don't want to frighten anybody, but it's reality. It's good that they're being squeezed, these groups. You know, some Trinidadians, we're such cowards. We'd say, well, hey, live with them. No. These people will destroy your country on their terms. It may take longer, but they're still going to destroy it. On our terms, we need to destroy them. And if it is that they're going to react, then they're going to react. What if that's what's going on?
Nice. So everyone voice notes was paid. Everyone. Oh boy. So some people say good morning. Some people saying, Andy, you stop reading some of the comments on social media. Yeah, some people saying, oh God, is nobody again? Nobody is nobody.
We have a phone call on this side. We lost it. We have another one. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, morning, Andy and Lennox.
Yes,
the huge man. Listen, let's leave those who think to us once and for all. Let me draw the analogy to Ms. Puna. If you have a bucket of water to empty and you request a teacup to use to empty it, and they blank the teacup, and you went and you got a blender jug, and you still empty the bucket, what good this teacup would have do you? You have a blender cup now, other than a teacup, which is the state of emergency, and you ain't doing nothing. What total would have done? Right, I don't know. And the next thing, this is nobody. I don't know who that one makes you conscious. He's like supporting everything all of a sudden. He was never even in voice out, but he wanted to tell all something that tweet about double tap and wave double tap and all kind of things. But I could tell you because I passed through the system. He never was.
Talk a little more louder, caller. People complaining online. They're saying you need to talk a little louder. They're hearing you on radio, but you need to talk up a little louder. Go ahead. We hear you. We hear everything you say so far. But just raise the voice a little bit.
All right. You hear me better now?
Yeah.
Right. What are they doing with Mr. Nobody? I don't know who I am making some expert in everything. Everything you know about it. I ain't talking about double stuff and all that thing. He was never anything from culture. Let alone, you know anything about any distance and anything? Well, I could tell you because I passed through the system. You ain't expert in nothing. You just, I don't know, you paid or something to do something. You never pass through brown news.
Thank you, caller.
Yeah. We raise his voice to criticize nobody, but he clear criticizing the man though.
The man say he wasn't even in Boy Scout. Or Brownies. I looked at me hear that too. Brownies. We have a call. Let's go to the line. Go ahead, caller.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
When Rohan Sinanan was Minister of Transport, he told us over the 5 years that they ordered 100 buses for PTSD. What is the status on that? But about Gary Griffith, we must not forget during the Andrea Jacobs search that he had said that they had 2 suspects, and while they were processing that, both of them fell off chairs, 2 chairs, and they died. What happened to that investigation? What happened when Gary Griffith told this country that they were no longer pursuing the investigations into the fake emails, but that they continued the investigation into Camille, who had said she transferred money from one bank to the next, and that turned out to be a lie. What happened to those investigations? And I want to tell Bossman, I never see him with a placard yet in front of Parliament, right? But you only always talking about UE and UE bus. If he had a child or two children attending UE, would he be making those complaints? Why don't he picket Zakur office, right? And check out Julian John, who know everything about PTSD, and let us get to know what is the truth. What about the electric buses, 100? Good? Up to now, they ain't reached to Trinidad. Maybe they're on a slow boat from China. Okay? Good.
Nice. Let me just read some of these things here quick. Oh boy. Munsami is saying, Villa Pamela, don't study me. Study how you like Miss Howard Cat. Yeah. All over the place looking to get food card and handouts from Balize House. Gloria Escalade saying, I so fed up with all these killings that I'm at a loss for words. Brian Lochan is saying, leave nobody alone. I like to hear him. Pamela Gorad Jalar is saying, dear Lord, please help us get rid of the stinking corrupt UNC government. Everything is worse since they took office a year ago. Crime, murders, unemployment, etc. Oh boy. Pamela Goddard said, hey, that caller is looking for a reel. All right, let's continue there quick. Continue. Let me just read some of these things there. Right, you just say morning. All who say morning are just passing all you. Pamela Goddard say, as sick and nobody. All right, you sick and nobody. You sick of the UNC too. You want to get rid of them. Right. Joyce Ram is saying, caller, talk a little louder, please. Not hearing, all right. Munsami saying, well said, nobody. But we can't only blame the Venice. Audrey is saying, that is a very valid point, Mr. Nobody. Okay. So it are people that like the man, two man all here. Well, only they are nobody. The man said nobody was himself in brownies. Yes, I no longer hear that. Nobody. I said that yesterday. I believe it's all linked. People not understanding the fine prints. That's Abigail is saying that. All right. Munsami is saying, Bina, thank you, dear. They're too illiterate to understand, so they prefer to condemn. But that's there. That don't faze me. Oh God. Somebody say, oh God, he again. That is nobody. Oh God, he again. Jason Small say, look him again. What? All right, I can't say what the what. How much voice notes? Go send Andy. Your well, that is me. They cussing me right now. He's saying I'm a dance. I'm only taking nobody voice note. They say the pit bull is a dance. Oh God, oh God, oh God. UNC talk everything but do nothing. That's somebody else there again. Bujam John say, God bless Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Blessings. Oh boy. Monica saying, caller correct. That whole was the same for all the bodies. Or that whole was the same for all the bodies. Correct is not always right for some people. Right. Time to move out this. Time to move out. To move out this. Do nothing corrupt UNC government. They don't they do nothing for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, let's continue. True nobody, but how to get rid of TNT murderers? Nobody. You want to hear about the Hamas, straight Hormuz, the gangs, all the, but they want you to brain now how to get rid of the Trinidad and Tobago murderers. They want to hear nobody talk about that. Remember, use MacGyver to say, you know, you using one lay, where's called that knife? It's a drill, it's a the MacGyver knife. Lennox Smith, you is a senior man partner. Where's called him MacGyver knife, Lennox Smith? You are here to compliment me. Why are you doing me this?
Yeah. Well, I could only describe it as a multifunctional knife.
All right, Lennox. Well, your 2-piece, 3-piece. I can't read no more. But some of you all think, with the exception of Patricia Reed say like I going against. Oh, well, look at that. How it is. I don't read out none of the comments again. Yeah. So it's Patricia Reed make me organize a Swiss knife. Munsami say name Swiss knife. Right. The Magani's friend say
multi-purpose, right? Okay.
Magani's friend say Trinidad and Tobago national need to be on country instead of party. That we people need. Right, so Lennox Smith. Oh, shucks, the line's ringing. Just let me take this call quick.
Yes, go ahead. Caller
number one, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Smith, and good morning, Andy Williams.
Good morning.
First topic, I want to say with the dead bodies, does our police have to be present? Because I know in any cremation or burial, the police are supposed to be there to dispose bodies and so on to make sure it's the right people going. How come no police wasn't notified about that? And the second thing is, with the police killing and so on, this is alleged or whatever, because I know it's still under investigation. My take on this is, what that officer was taking those arms and who was he going to distribute it to? You know, I needed to know all these facts because I know the investigation going to be thing. And then I hear it was sexually thing. So was a block to distract her with sexual conduct, and after it had to have a third person, because while that action was going on, somebody has to be removing the guns, because the amount they said it was about approximately 63 firearms. So, you know, it had to be a work in progress. It had to be a planned orchestration. So we'll see and I want to know where those guns went and whose hands it went to. And for police officers, these crimes that they're supposed to protect and serve, they mustn't get no bail, none whatsoever. Because far too long I've been hearing is alleged that police are involved in kidnapping, they're involved in all kind of crime, and something needs to be done with them, because we need a separate squad to investigate, not this thing they have presently, to do it privately, that we could hold some of these officers, because when you look at the crime, it's not only the little youths, you know, somebody is giving the youths these things, you know, and when you're hearing these things happening, you wonder why, you know, and is it a planned thing to bring down this government? As it's 1 year, and you expect Rome built in a day, give them the 5 years, like we did with others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your boy, now let's go for the word of the day. It's all this crime, all this murders. My brother, don't forget to call in Trinidad and Tobago. 2 words from you, 1 word from Lennox Smith, and the battle begins with the word of the day. Many people look forward to the word of the day and the meaning of it, because at the end of the day, we have a diverse amount of people. I look onto the ground report. Nice people, bad people, atheist people, religious people, crime-ridden people, law-abiding citizens. We have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the first call for the day with the word, good morning to you. What's your word this morning?
Good morning, Andy.
Yes, what's your word this morning?
A pleasant good morning, Andy, Mr. Lennox,
Good morning.
Director Snipe. The word of the day is nugatory.
Spell that for us.
Nugatory. It's an adjective.
Because I don't want Lennox Smith. Well, you know after he have to tell us. You hold on. Yes, we partner go call him next. Proper Englishman, call Lennox. Say proper Englishman, call him. Go ahead.
Nugatory. Something that is irrelevant to do mix. It's otiose. What's that effect? Nugatory is irrelevant, not effective.
You're watching the laptop there or something?
Yes.
Or I find like you're looking
Yes.
Wait.
No.
Oh, is it 4
watching the camera.
Oh, because I know you have 4 eye now. I see one of the 4. Who told you 4 was people at the laptop now?
So tell me, what's it? Tell me.
Yes, Mr. Lennox, you are quite correct, and it's used like in law. In law, this contract renders the provision, the previous agreement, nugatory. Like if you're using it in law.
Yeah, so it means that
you are
it's
correct.
null and void, of no effect. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like
That's
to
enough.
send out condolences to the officer, the slain officer, and her family this morning. Such a sad day.
Thank you so much. Let's roll with one more word. Yes. What's your word for the day for Lennox Smith? And give us let us see if you give us the meaning.
Challenge, yes, challenge, of course. This is about edification. It is not about saying who know more or nothing like that. No competition. It's just that more people know. Well, it's always better.
You're sounding like you're coming defensive because you know the old man go call so. It's for education, yes. It's for people to know too.
I'm not referring to him specifically. I'm talking generically.
Oh, because I find like you don't start to put up a shield, you know. But that kind of talk.
No. But it's important because I want people to get into get into your dictionary and so on, and come up with something. And to participate because we anticipate that we will get, of course, eventually some business interests that will be interested in making sure that we get some monetary returns for this effort. Yeah.
Nice. Trinidad and Tobago, come on, please, now, man. One more call. Give
just
Lennox
one more,
Smith
just
a
one more word.
Give him a word.
We have one. What's your word?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
The word for this morning by me is barbarous.
Is what?
Barbarous.
Fabulous?
Barbarous.
Barbarous.
Barbarous, yeah.
Barbarous. Hold on, call it. Don't go nowhere. Let me see it.
Barbarous. Awful.
Savage.
Kind of thing. Huh? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Awful, savage.
There are barbarous human beings in the police service.
Yes.
Barbarous.
Awful, savage. Well, nice how Jedem polices.
Take care, guys.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Lennox Smith.
Of course, my word is immigrant. IMMIGRANT, immigrant. I'm saying that because there's also emigrant. So immigrant is one who comes into the country. Emigrant is one who goes out of the country. That I'm focusing on begins with an I, come into the country, and emigrant, of course, begins with an E, going out of the country. So that is the distinction. So you get 2 for 1 today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just
Immigrant,
miss, you know what, miss? I really miss that old man. So tomorrow, please call us, fella. I need you on board here too. All right, let's go for that quick break and talk.
See how we like Baccarat?
Andy, who tell you he's an old man?
And secondly, of course, I expect that he's going to correct my pronunciation. And I look forward to that.
your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens. Because your world can't wait. Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Know what that's the sound of? The absolute glee and excitement you feel with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance. Weekend in St. Lucia? Give it to yourself. That double-door fridge? Give it to yourself. A short course to help you upskill? Give it to yourself. Apply online or via WhatsApp at 483-8117. And whatever you want, give it to yourself with a hassle-free loan from Island Finance.
Subject to credit approval and documents verification.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1. Bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, Lord.
Hear me name one. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Trinidad and Tobago. We are back, we are back, we are back. Things running smooth, swift, nice. But things ain't really good this morning with each and every one of us. Waking up to hear
I
all
was
those
listening
news.
to all of
Go
the
ahead.
conversations and the commentary, particularly, of course, having regard to our recent travail as far as crime and criminality, and of course, which include murders and so on. And, you know, I like to think ahead as much as I can so that we could anticipate, can prognosticate, if you want to call it that. But the fact is that in June, around June, July, some 13,000 young persons will be coming out of school permanently, secondary school, and making way, of course, for those who would be entering in the new term that succeeds that which, of course, is in September. So you have to have this cycle. The thing about it is that will be meeting, or should I say, joining those who have already left school and no work to do, etc. And therefore, the possibility of the exacerbation or the further deterioration of the situation is real. And I say so because I also met Dr. Barbara Grayburg and myself and one or two other members of the Baptist committee did meet Mr. Manning, and we said to him, in fact, I postulated, as one of the words that we used last week, that listen, the government has about 12 programs specifically aiming at youths, whether it be MyTap, MyLat, YTEP, HYPE, and you can go on and on. Why not put all of that under one agency? And then before school closes, you put a desk in one of the schools representing a cluster of schools and ask these young people what you want to do. We have these sets of programs, this basket of programs, but listen, which one of them you want to get into, so that as soon as September comes, after they would have gotten their holidays and so on, they go straight into a program. Mr. Manning said, wonderful idea, but unfortunately it never happened.
Wow.
So because you have every single one of these programs, whether it be the Citizens Conservation Corps, whether YTEP, whether MyLab, etc., everybody is like a island unto themselves, and they operate at different times. And I told Mr. Manning then, listen, the advantage here is this: one, you get the young person into a program one time, so there is no need for him to lapse or wait until one program ready, and he or she is exposed to all of the criminal elements, etc. Satan finds work for idle hands. That's one. Secondly, you are able to streamline and manage the thing better, because what happens in reality, as it is helter-skelter and higgledy-piggledy all over the place, and every one of them believe that they are a law unto themselves or an island unto themselves, what happens, the young man who is so inclined understands when one starts and when one finishes. And as he's about to finish one, he applies for the next one time, and he goes what I call program hopping. And that, of course, is defeatist in itself, because it is supposed to expose the young person to some kind of work experience, training at the same time. And then, of course, and I said to culminate that, what you should now do is use the state resources. So if the program is 6 months, a year, then you use the state resources before that program is complete, because you have the maximum amount of young people now, and of course you're not wasting resources either. You can now use the telephone and call a private person. The state must do that. Private person, the public sector, wherever the job is, and send that person straight into a job one time. How difficult is that? How difficult is that?
Hold on, caller.
How difficult is that? And I've been hearing. In fact, I told somebody over the, and I said it again because earlier you and Mikey would have been annoyed with me. But I said, I will work for this government for free. But please don't believe that you have all the ideas. There are people who have been there and have experienced it. It's over 300 young people at any one semester we will have at the MLIO Trade School, and over 6,000 of them graduated and all over the place. I'm not saying we'll be fully successful. What I'm saying is that more will, of course, be guided to the straight and narrow, so you have less of this problem that we are experiencing now. Imagine if these things weren't existing, how much more the problem would have been. I have some more things that I want to share with you, but I will wait for the caller.
Nice. So let me say a pleasant good morning to Boise Macano. Let me say a happy birthday to Lucky. Well, I think it's Lucky Lal. And I think also Michael G. or Michael P. and all celebrating a birthday. And to all of you that celebrated birthdays weekend and celebrating birthdays in the days to come, happy birthday, Earth Strong to each and every one of you. Aries, may God continue to bless you all. May you live to see many, 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 many more years with good health, strength, prosperity, hope, and somehow safety. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox Smith.
Good morning.
And good morning to Mr. Sniper. Morning to Trinidad and Tobago, and I want to appeal to Trinidad and Tobago, and I want Lennox and Andy to listen to my contribution with Mr. Sniper. This country going down the road with the wrong thing, coming to be the right. We not looking, is we have to live here, and we have to die here, and we children's future depend on we, And let me tell you something this morning. Plenty things for the past years with government. I want to lie. Let me face reality. PNM do good, PNM do bad. Right? The NAR, they do good, they do bad. UNC do good, they do bad. Because who is the people in the position in all the government? It's not the party name do not, no. It's the people. And when you check it all good, who is the police? The people. Who is the doctor? The people. And what killing this country is too much a hypocrite, too much a deceitfulness. People throwing with the dignity, boy. We throwing with the dignity. And according to the Calypso, I will always repeat it. All the blessing Trinidad, God is at Trinidad, and all the dig where we come from, all the watch where we going. Andy and Mikey, I drive all over this place. This place is only grass. It's only dirty with garbage. We place it looking clean, boy. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Where we doing? Where the supervisors? Where the management? Where the board? It's only a minister talking about where PNM do so it's nothing if UNC do it. And wait is we talking about. Andy and Mikey, I want Mr. Lennox to answer this. Why it is we always have to justify if PNM, look, a bus went down, a fire truck went down a cliff, they say the ticket out was $12 million. You think that's right? Then you come with Foster coming with garbage and your family and contract with AGP. You feel that is right? Let me go because I know it's other announcers and they say I talk too long. But only check the hole where we digging. Look at where you're here now, but dead people in hole showing like nothing. That is where we reach to. Have a blessed day, man.
Next caller, go ahead. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, caller.
Country. Yes, Andy. Good morning to Mr. Smith. I just want to put something straight because get a pen and a piece of paper for me, please, because I want you to follow me on this.
Yeah,
Could you do that, please? Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes.
Go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Right. I'm going to tell you something. In between 2015, and 2010 to 2015, right? The UNC increased CPEC from 3 to 6 gangs, right? So I'm going to tell you something. When PNM come into power, between 2016 and 2017, they reduce it back down to 3. Follow me. 10,000 people get fired in CPEC. I give you a factor. They fired 3,000 URP workers, right, in 2017 and 2016, right? I'm going to tell you that. Fire 6,000 petrol train workers, right? 600, follow me, write it down, 644 are still up metal workers, right? In 2018, they fired 700 TSTT workers, right? You're following me, right? In Arawi come out and say not a single European worker or CPEC worker was dismissed, right? But just showing you figures, right? By March 2016, Wasa Lego 620, right? In 2016, Baptiste Primus, right? Ms. Jennifer Baptiste Primus, Minister of Labor, say 847 private sector workers were dismissed, right? They dismissed 500 people in UTT, died I think in 2022, right? Just remember this, right? So I just give you something to show you why we meet which one we is here, right? They was going to have a mass thing on the fight, TNT, but just because the OWT take them to court, they didn't do it. And I think sometime in 2025, the court say that the TNT workers had to go back out to work, right? I just tell you something. Remember that they give 14% back pay to public servants, right? Between 2011 and 2013. I just show you something. So I just tell you, why was the nurses them marching against this government who give them ham, lamb, and jam? They should be ashamed. I just give statistics.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, don't forget on Real Talk, taken in front today with Officer Shabadi, Derek Shabadi, Today's guest, Commissioner of Prison, retired Mr. Gerard Lewis. Wilson, in fact. Wilson, yes.
But I want to tell that caller, go to the top of the class,
yes.
because we have, at the end of the day, to have some objective mechanism, some objective formula to treat, of course, with the social problems that would require, of course, social re-engineering or engineering, as the case may be. And that is why I talked about statistically violent crime and even murders, right, comparatively speaking, right, is less today.
Hold on, caller.
The problem is that it with us is a psychological thing. It is the perception, and once, of course, heinous instances like this that would be sensationalized and publicized in the massive way, having regard to instantaneous information reaching people through various means, we get that sense of insecurity. But the caller touched on a very important point, that you need to get the statistics so you can make the comparison, because up to now, the PNM has not told us what they would have done if they were in office. Notice that. But always use an opportunity to castigate the present administration and believe that it will stop there. No, we have to hold them accountable as to what they did and what they ought to have done. And we can reasonably, of course, justify the logic and the conclusion that we would have reached. And it's obvious that it would have been worse now if the PNM would have been in office.
Nice.
Go ahead, caller.
Jason Smalls is saying, oh God, next caller. Right, everything is right. And you're giving the numbers, and all right. And all right. He said, just talk, man, just talk. No, right. We go for a quick break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
No, continue, Andy.
Oh, continue.
Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, caller, go ahead, caller. Hey, but before you go ahead, caller, again, Officer Shabadi say what kind of thing I think there, Lennox Smith jumping in and let me do it thing good. Don't forget,
I told you finish.
No,
I told you finish. You know, we just do it quick and efficient here. But I mean, well, he's seeking his interest. So if you had truncated what you had to say, well, I want to tell you, continue, my friend. to closure or conclusion, all right? I don't want to cause stress with, of course, Shabadin. So that's a very good friend.
Yeah, so let me finish this man thing. The man today, Officer Shabadi Yol of the Police St. James Police Youth Club, and the host of Taking in Front. You know, he like to take in front like Lennox Smith like to talk. Hey, we had to deal with it in front. Only deal with vision and mission, which is after a fact. Pump the money before the fact. That is also Shabadi, something like Lennox Smith earlier. And today, the 20th of April, at 12:30 to 1:30 p.m., special guest, Commissioner of Prison, retired Gerard Wilson, will be at Talk City. So let's stay locked on. Officer Shabadi say thanks and laugh, Lennox Smith. So let's go.
I can well imagine. Yeah, I know he's smiling because it was that was intended. I didn't want to get on the wrong side of him because that would be a very awkward experience. You know, I'm trembling with trepidation, with fright. He's also a policeman.
So nobody has become the topic of ire. That's fine. I am a nobody. Nobody here. So nobody has become the topic of ire. That's fine. I am a nobody. I have no letters before or after my name. That's why I'm a nobody. The guy is right. However, I live by an old saying. Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss issues, small minds discuss people. I do not discuss people. So you're not going to get any kind of retaliation from me. I'm going to encourage you to talk as what you want to talk. But what I will always do, a simple nobody, is to present you with names, dates, and numbers. And you go make sense of it. I will not present you narrative. I gave you some names this morning around the Iran situation. Go Google it. Try to make sense of it yourself and escape the narrative and escape the discussions among people try to aim for the other two levels.
Next caller, go ahead. He's
It's
correct.
amazing how semantics works. He subliminally,
go ahead, caller.
Discussing the man but saying he's not discussing
Good morning,
the man.
good morning, Andy Williams.
Good morning, yes.
Go ahead, caller, make your
Calling
contribution.
concerning the... Yes, good morning. Calling concerning the loud music in the communities and in the vehicles and that kind of thing. We are hearing that for this noise pollution. And when you call the police is saying that they cannot do anything about it. What is really happening with this?
Point well taken.
We'd like to find out from the government if there is really a law for this, and if there's a law, why is the police not doing anything about it? Thank you very much. Locked on and listening.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next
It
call.
shows how difficult to legislate culture, habits, how difficult it is.
Wow.
Yeah, because you accepted the wrong carnival time, pell-mell, but in other circumstances, people believe that they
Go
want
ahead,
their...
caller, make it short and sweet.
And noise will not be tolerated.
Ex-officer,
good
go
morning.
ahead.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I just what I want to talk about, there's people that come on the program and say that it is alleged. An allegation is being made. Anytime you say it is alleged. So then you're accusing somebody or some organization of something. And that in itself could be considered illegal. Because when a police charge an accused, it alleged they commit a crime, and then they put them in the court, and then they have to present the evidence. So be careful about this alleged and alleged. Now, with Lennox, what I wanted to come to your defense with, English language was originated in England, and they all pronounce word different. They call it accent. Different part of England pronounce the word differently. Even America here, the South speak with an accent different to that in the North. So people speak the word differently. They pronounce the word differently. For instance, I being Trinidadian, I will say, you did it the day when I did it down there the other day. Now, you can understand that.
I'm getting the sign here. I'm getting the signal, so you have to do quick.
Yeah. So you can understand that. Others would not. You understand? We have our dialect, and it is unique. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right, the last
Thank
call
you.
that
But I
phone
was
here now.
trying to say
Go ahead.
all
Wait,
the time,
that one
but
more here was
the
waiting.
written
Go ahead,
part of
caller.
it. Morning,
Morning, time. Quickly, you know one thing I noticed, not even, I die from here, I hear nobody with all these crime and thing calling for Alexander and to go. Besides, I think one person, LSD or whatever, say that, but I find that strange. So nobody is saying Alexander must go as yet.
Our doors are open to each and every one. A variety of services that's accessible and reliable. Here to show you just what service is. Helping where we can, but with a smile.
Police Credit Union. Your future is safe with us.
Trinidad! Are you ready?
So Trinidad!
Are you ready now?
By public demand, coming to Sapa. Laugh till your belly bust part 2.
This is the encore!
In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited. Sunday, 17th May, showtime, 6 p.m. sharp. Come see Victor St. Louis Pell and all his funny friends.
I tell a man the other day, I say, I is the smartest man in the world. He said, how so? I say, ask me any question and I could answer it. He said, how much seconds in a year? I said, 12 seconds. He said, how? I said, January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd.
Get a superstar.
Hey, one of my neighbor girl horn him. The man run and drink poison, boy, he dead. You know why? He drink it in the living room.
Mini Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, The Saint.
I'm trying to play hide and seek in the hospital, but they only keep finding me in ICU.
Added to the cast,
Damien Melville, and Paniska is back. Get your tickets now. General tickets are priced at $200, VIP $350, and Legend Sports Bar, 22 Agar Road, Point Fortin. Senga's Restaurant, number 65, High Street, Superior, opposite Massey Stores. Deb's Barbershop, Cookier, Pies Bar, Maraval Road, Joanne's Bar, Los Charros, and IslandEtickets.com. It's happening on the 17th of May at 6 p.m. sharp. For more information, call 358-5001. Love till your belly busts.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact TN-Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact TN-Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At TN-Tech, safety is our priority. TN-Tech, the power to make it work.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most, on air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1, bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry-Leen Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your